Senior Trump advisor Elon Musk has faced repeated and very personal attacks since he's teamed up with President Trump and started Doge. The left has called him everything from a con man to an oligarch, and even worse than that. Well, now Musk says he is done with this, and he shot back at Bowman's comments, posting, "I've had enough. Lawsuit inbound."
I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs.
Let's end this circus. Imagine Elon Musk saying as he sips a coffee and watches The View at leisure. Moments later, a $200 million defamation lawsuit is filed, and one of the hosts is desperately trying to save face like it's a Black Friday bargain. Was joy indeed mocking the man who likes to build rockets? This conflict between Musk and Mayhem is more than just a court case. How about the meltdown? Just incredible.
Couldn't sink any lower. They go and surprise you by mocking a cute little child. Apparently, Elon Musk's 4-year-old son, X, is fair game because Whoopi, yes, Whoopi Goldberg, has decided to mock his name.
Yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names, okay?
Elon Musk might post an odd tweet about AI replacing your mother or reveal a rocket-powered cyber toaster. But it started off just like any other weekday. But this time he took a different route. Rather of unveiling a product, Musk sued The View for $200 million in slander. Yes, the show that is known for combining coffee talk with furious shouting and half-baked indignation just received a legal bombshell.
Name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him. Yes, Whoopi picked that name for herself. She's actually Karen Elaine Johnson. Now, how did Karen become Whoopi? You're going to love this. According to Goldberg, once I started getting parts in place, I wanted a name that sounded more interesting. Karen Johnson wasn't it. Some people at the rep called me Whoopi because I would let loose with a fart. Just charming, charming.
Who could really blame Elon Musk for reaching his breaking point as a billionaire? For years, he had been fed up with panelists on The View making ridiculous comments about everything he did, from the crime of owning Twitter to the peculiar way he entered buildings. When daytime TV starts treating you like the last boss in a soap opera, even a person who builds spaceships grabs for the legal rockets.
So, I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that is that results in suppression of free speech. So, those are two of the aspects of the work mind brush that I think are very dangerous. Is that it's often anti-meritocratic. You can't question things. Even the questioning is bad. So. Another way to almost synonymous would be cancel culture, and obviously people cancel you many times.
Many times.
Yeah, I mean
every week.
Yeah.
From left and right. I've had it from both.
This was more than just a slap on the wrist. It was a gold-plated, diamond-encrusted legal missile accompanied by cease and desist anger. Instead of an apology, Musk wanted financial ruin. The grievance appeared to be a legal grudge. According to his lawyers, The View did more than merely annoy him. It daringly crossed the line into slander, portraying tabloids as scholarly.
Now being a special government employee, which means he has top security clearance, but he doesn't have the obligations that a full federal employee has, so he doesn't have to give the same amount of disclosures, he has less conflicts of interest. And it seems to me that when I put my legal hat on, what Donald Trump is trying to do is he's trying to expand the powers of the executive branch. The top of the judicial branch is the Supreme Court, which he has packed with loyalists. So in my view, I think he's causing a constitutional crisis intentionally, so that this goes to the Supreme Court. And if the Supreme Court, ladies and gentlemen, say, yeah, he can do this, our Constitution, as we've known it, is basically going to change forever. It will not be the Constitution that the framers of our government, our country, thought of.
When your brand is built on innovation, stock values, and being less like Tony Stark, defamation hits hard. When The View learned they had poked a billionaire beehive, no, not a real one, as Musk hasn't made one yet, panic sprang out. The lawsuit was like a missile to their opulent soundstage. On camera, it was all the same. Arrogant laughing, fake anxiety, and confusion over the internet. But behind the scenes, in full swing is crisis mode. Executives, contracts, and sponsors were suddenly staring into a financial hole in this high-stakes network production. This YouTube program wasn't amateur.
Person's information. The point at which you say that there is this is like who is going to decide that?
You accept that information can be dangerous, that it can cause real-world harms, that it can potentially cause.
Yes, and the point I'm trying to make is that the BBC itself has at times published things that are false. Do you agree that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
Correct.
It is, whatever it is, 100-year history, I'm quite sure.
Yes. Even if you aspire to be accurate.
It dawned on them then that Elon Musk was targeting the bank accounts, not just his reputation. A $200 million defamation case won't be resolved by a forced apology and a fruit present. It's the kind of legal bomb that sends HR into a tailspin, triggers emergency budget meetings, and drives away ad sponsors faster than a SpaceX launch gone wrong. So what was it that The View said to set off this interplanetary retaliation? Nearly everything, at all times. They made Musk their favorite joke by ridiculing his efforts, intentions, and portrayal as a cartoon villain. The roast was overcooked, so Elon decided it was time for consequences. Suddenly, ABC had to choose between midday drama and daytime debt. Executives privately assessed the PR harm, and the findings, spoiler alert, were unimpressive. When your most popular part comes with a private island-sized legal charge, it might be time to rethink the concept.
You should import from America. Please don't import the woke mind virus. It's bad. So, essentially, to summarize maybe the woke mind virus, it consists of creating very, very divisive identity politics. So it actually amplifies woke virus, mind virus, in my view, amplifies racism, amplifies, frankly, sexism, and all the isms.
Behind the scenes, chaos reigned. Producers hurriedly reviewed earlier episodes to ensure Musk hadn't been casually referred to as a Bond villain riding a flamethrower. Even the wardrobe probably wondered if fashion faux pas could be penalized. And editors searched through archives as though they were hiding national secrets. Meanwhile, things were going well for Elon. For once, he didn't need a meme to dominate headlines since the case was the news. Elon also likes to play the starring role on Earth. Let's face it, it seems likely that Musk was sipping an espresso martini and calculating the damages per insult as The View hosts smile through the flames. But this was not merely a case of ego harm. His legal team argued that the show's satirical comments had turned into harm to his reputation. When millions of people learn that you're unstable, crazy, or covertly manipulating the moon, well, maybe not the moon, but close enough, it begins to look less like humor and more like a character hit job.
Such an echo chamber with The View, and with all of the things that have been said, Ronnie T-shirts talking on this program about how Whoopi Goldberg was concerned that Donald Trump is going to break up interracial marriages for some reason, which I still don't know where that came from. But the one thing that you did know for sure is that it was going to get a little hysterical over there. Let's check in with the ladies of The View and see how they processed this yesterday.
Not to mention the sponsors. Those endearing businesses that invest a lot of money in advertising during the controlled chaos of The View. legal firestorms, especially ones involving $200 million, are something they detest. Within weeks, others subtly change their attitudes. Who wants their toothpaste add to air right before someone is accused of defaming a billionaire who manufactures rockets and owns half of the internet? After all, the retreat got underway. Advertisers slowly withdrew. PR teams went into damage control, and network executives abruptly became extremely sensitive to scandal. Internal whispers turned into real questions. Will The View be cancelled? It wasn't low ratings or cancel culture that caused Elon Musk to turn their snark into a financial ticking time bomb. The show's trademark chaos, meltdowns, views, and on-air therapy sessions were becoming a liability. It turns out that if you poke the man who invented rockets, he may shoot one at your budget.
Hosts get it wrong occasionally, but this one was a doozy.
Oh, this was deliberate. We all know that Musk's derangement syndrome has taken off since Trump made it to the White House and decided to make this guy his sidekick. Lefties love to hate him. So, of course, that includes the panel of The View, but none more so than Joy Behar, who decided to just go full misinformation, disinformation, spouting her hatred for one Elon Musk.
Elon probably doesn't care about the money, which is the worst part. When you're worth more than certain countries, $200 million is pocket lint. This serves as a warning to daytime TV that unrestrained mockery has a price. Then what? At best, The View pays, makes a hollow pretense about being honest, and lumbers into a new season with fewer sponsors and more lawyers. In the worst case, this starts a domino effect that could result in more lawsuits, more scrutiny, and even the show's cancellation. They expected angry tweets and perhaps memes, rather than a full-scale financial carpet bombing from the guy who builds rockets in between petty tweets. But Elon left without a response. This headline alone infuriated the internet. Elon Musk sues The View for $200 million.
Was not born in this country, who was born under apartheid in South Africa, so has that mentality going on. He was pro-apartheid, as I understand it. Now I'm getting some flack because I said that Musk was pro-apartheid. I don't really know for sure if he was. He grew up at that time when apartheid was in full bloom, before the great Nelson Mandela fixed that. He was around at that time, but maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. He might have been a young guy, too.
Might have been.
So don't be suing me, okay, Elon?
A very verbose way of saying, I just made that up. Imagine if each of us were responsible and clearly supported whatever was going on in our nation of birth.
Well, you know, Joy Behar was born in 1942, and I think Hitler was running around the world in 1942, wasn't he? Oh, she must be a Nazi. For goodness sake, how dumb can you get?
Then all of a sudden, a $200 million case went from live, laugh, love, lawyer, liability litigation to discussion during the day. The once safe echo chamber of opinion TV becomes less secure when a millionaire with the legal equivalent of a tactical nuke appears. The constant barrage of commonplace sarcasm was aimed at someone who finally said, "Nope, that's going to cost you." There was more than one episode of this. It's not a slap on the wrist. Rather, it's a humorous wake-up call for the media. These days, every morning show wonders if their next innocuous comment would land them in hot water. Hot takes used to be safe havens on talk shows. But Musk recently made it obvious that a rocket guy would sue you if you played stupid games. The real irony is this. Is this merely a reputational issue, or is this the start of a billionaire's legal assault on media freedom? A ripple effect will occur, and it won't be gentle. Screenplays are proofread by podcasters, speeches are polished by late-night writers, and your favorite witty YouTuber might be switching to cooking classes.